Let's just go. Deadeye Duelist is a 1/1R, 2 mana total for creature human assassin. It's a 1/3 with reach. 1 tap. Deadeye Duelist deals 1 damage to target opponent. I like this card a lot, actually. This is a 1 mana way to enable crimes. Can just sit there and start pinging your opponent if you have excess mana. I understand that in the early turns of the game, this won't necessarily win that many combats, but I think it does have relevance that extends into the late game. So I think this is a solid role player. I think for me, super solid C. Super solid. Good card.
This is the crime committer, right? This is the one.
Yep.
I think best in red-black by far. Do we give it a ceiling? It's kind of not good without the cards that care about the crime, right? I don't think it's good.
I kind of disagree. With that. I think it's fine.
What, 1/3 reach that's gonna deal 1 damage for 1 mana?
Yep. I think it's fine.
But it's way better.
Left me some cards.
Like the birds or something, right?
Yeah, a lot better. Yeah.
Is ceiling the B minus?
Fine,
I think
I
the
can give it
ceiling
a
is B
ceiling.
minus.
Okay. I'll do it.
All right.
I'm still taking it to the C.
And C. Nice. Because when you got a burst, this is the thing, right? You can commit a crime on your turn kind of easy with all of cards, and then this commits a crime on their turn. Like 1 bird with this, you're dealing 2 damage, draining, and attacking in the air. Man, this is nice.
It's pretty absurd.
Discerning Peddler for 1 and a red. It's a 2/2 rogue. When it enters the battlefield, you just discard a card. If you do, you draw a card. You may do this. Right? Rummage, usually we get a 2/1, now we get a 2/2. The power creep is here. And it's nice. Yeah, why not? It's also an outlaw. That's good. That's serviceable. Probably on a C minus, maybe a C. C minus, yeah. It's a fine 2-drop, why not?
I will also start off at a C minus. Explosive Derailment, red for an instant with Spree. +2, Explosive Derailment deals 4 damage to target creature. And +2, destroy target artifact. Vast majority of the mode, it's going to be 3 mana, destroy, or 4 damage to a creature at instant. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's an okay common removal spell. That's
I don't
totally
think that's
okay.
fine, I think that's great.
Yeah, sometimes you're going to spend 5 mana if your opponent has a random artifact lying around, and your opponent's going to be like, why did I put this in my deck? My opponent's just getting random value. Good card. I will put this at a B minus. I think it's good.
Yeah. I'm going to B minus as well. And the modality is so good, man. The spree, right? Killing an artifact.
Yeah.
5 mana, kill an artifact and deal 4. That's incredible. That's like a B plus effect if you do that. So, and at its worst, it's a B minus. So maybe it's just a B. Probably, I think this is gonna go up to a B. Right now, it's a B.
All right, it's a B.
Yeah, right now it's going up. These things are moving fast. Man.
The latest meta developments right now.
The meta is developing already. Highway Robbery. It's a 1 and a red. Sorcery. You may discard a card or sacrifice a land. If you do, draw 2 cards. You can plot it for 1 and a red. This is actually really good as a plot. This is really nice that it has a plot. I think it's much better than being instant speed, having this plot. Because you're gonna have these 2 mana lying around a good amount of times, but sometimes this is gonna be the last card in your hand, sometimes I guess you just get rid of the land then, so that doesn't work. You are not gonna want to discard a lot of times on when you have the 2 mana lying around. Discarding, getting rid of a land is huge, right? You don't have to get rid of anything that's in your hand, right? The usual, what everybody what most people think is like, I'm always gonna have this land to discard in my hand. Well, that's not true. A lot of times you're not gonna have a land that you wanna discard from your hand. I like this quite a lot. It's gonna be like a D plus. I don't think you pick it very highly, but I think it's pretty good. D plus.
Oh, good. Some spice. I think this is actually everything. I think this card is extraordinarily strong, and I want to pick these very aggressively. The fact that we can actually, so you never have to wait anymore for this. You never have to wait anymore for this, which I think is a big downside. You have your Tormenting Voice in hand, and you have to wait. You wait until the opportune time to cast it. No longer, and I think that's massive.
The land part
I think that's
is
even
so
more.
huge,
Like,
yeah.
the land part is huge. I actually think the plot is like, and the fact you don't have to spend any mana the turn you do it is even bigger. For the fact that you get to refuel, cast immediately. You get to float your mana, sack your land, cast the stuff immediately.
That is true.
Like, I am okay having like 4 of these in my deck. I'm taking them very, very highly. I'm taking them as C pluses.
4?
4. This card is going to carry. Is going to carry my double spell decks.
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's
in fact,
true.
I'm just totally.
This is the real
I'm
deal for
totally
double
happy.
spell, yeah.
I'm totally happy with playing this in any other archetype. I think it's very, very good in Izzet. And I'm no longer afraid about holding lands. I just play all my lands. I just play them. This has like this fixes. So I think Tormenting Voice is always an underrated card in Limited.
Most of the time,
Typically, people think it stinks, but it's okay. And this fixes every single hole that card has. I think this card is beyond the best version of we've seen. I think this is a new. This is transcended the filtering style of card. I think this card is incredible. C plus.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, just in a random deck it's good, but in double spell, when you care about double spelling, it's really, really good. That is actually so true. That is true. That is very true. C plus though, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm gonna go to a C range, but I'm not sure where. I don't think it's a C plus.
Okay, I'll go B minus.
No. You're gonna B minus?
I'll go B minus.
I don't think so, man. Like, you're just... Oh, the drama. There's not enough drama. Oh, fuck you, man. This is a C minus or a C. Idiot.
I think this is on par with Prickly Pear and Explosive Derailment.
Prickly Pear? Okay, we're gonna get to the Prickly Pear. What?
Yep.
I'm actually gonna be on a C here. But Jesus Christ, B minus? I think that's crazy. I mean, this is a great card, I think, for what it does. Don't think you care that much about double spelling. It's kind of nice with some Izzet cards, I guess. Blue cards, whatever. Blue cards are also blue. I'm on a C. It is really good. Like I really like everything about it. Tormenting Voice, I have always been not like a fan, but it's been better than what people give it credit for. I can't go higher than a C. I mean, because you don't want to play too many. I think I don't want to play too many. Like discarding a land is getting rid of a land. It's pretty late game thing that you do. No, just a C. I think it's not gonna go much higher. What about this one, Scotty?
And what is this word? Erase. I don't even know what that word is.
Erasable?
Erasable. Wolverine. 2 and a red for creature Wolverine. It's a 3/2. When this enters the battlefield, exile top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card, and you can plot for 2 and a red. A little like I really like plot for 3. It has a little bit of attention in pairing with your other double spell cards, because if you want to double spell with those cards, you're not double spelling with the card that you pull from the top here. It's a little bit of tension, but that's fine. Sometimes you actually pull those cards off the top, and that's the super ceiling. But I think this is totally reasonable. I think this is a totally reasonable 3-drop. I'm going to put this at a... let me think about this. I'll put this one as a C+. I like it.
I think this is better than the last
Fine.
card. I think this is better than the last card. What do you say about it?
I think that's wrong. What else do you want me to say?
I don't know, man. Whatever you want to say, you fucker. I do really like this one. Plot for 3, then play it, then get a land or whatever. This is a good card advantage. This is a very good card advantage. In the late game, you maybe just play it. I'm on a C+. I really like this card. Really like it. It's beautiful. Iron Fist Pulverizer. For 4 and a red, it's a 4/5 reach, and whenever you cast your second spell each turn, this thing deals 2 damage to target opponent. Scry 1. Oh, so it's triggering crime. That's a fine 5-drop. With plot as well. Like it's crap. This is not a bad 5-drop. Okay, this is really good with, you know, the 2 mana card, right? This is really good with it. It has, I mean, I really like this one. C minus? I really like this. It's a 5-drop. I'm not gonna give it like super high grade. So C minus. There are a lot of really good flyers as well, so Reach is kinda nice. Not an outlaw, yeah, but commits crimes. C minus.
Yeah, I mean, I love the stats, and I like the effects. This is a little bit higher. It's a C for me.
It works super well with both of the last cards. They both make you. They're both. Those are both commons.
Yes.
And they make it easier for you to double spell. That's the big thing, right? You're not searching for like, oh, black has that, blue has that, white has that, whatever. No. You have these synergies in red, but it's still a 5-drop. Skata.
Mind Raider, 2R, 3 mana for a creature, human rogue. It's a 3/2 with trample. When Mind Raider enters the battlefield, if you control another outlaw, create a treasure token. If you create the treasure token, amazing, pretty good. If you like the fact that it has a fail case, barf. Unfortunate. I would definitely trade the trample for no fail case here, for sure.
Not a big fan.
Is it difficult to have an outlaw? No, but is it guaranteed? Also, no. I also don't think so. So I'm gonna say it's like a C minus for me. This is a C minus. It's pretty good. It's pretty
C
good.
minus. This is.
I also really do think that.
What? Sorry.
Yeah, I also do think that jumping to 5 is less important in the set than other sets, specifically because
good 5-drop.
Your ability to plot. Yeah, it's true.
And I kind of
It's
like
really deck dependent.
I do like treasures with like the 3-drop that we saw, with the 2 mana thing that we saw. Still, C minus. It's this is plundering pirates at home. Yeah, what Tali said. Outlaws Fury for 2 and a red. Instant speed. Target creature. No. All the creatures, every single creature you control gets a +2/+0, and that's not all. If you control an outlaw, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. Oh, ambitious assault at home? No. I don't know. This seems pretty better. This is better. It's like you're getting those 1/1s, so that's kind of cool. You always have it. Then you get to play it until next turn. Prickly Pear just goes wide as well. We're gonna see the card soon. It might be the best common or close. It's good. It is good. You always have an outlaw. So much easier than the modified creature in Neo. With a similar effect. Oh. I mean, it's not amazing. I'm just gonna give it a D+, I think.
I'm like slightly higher on it than that. I think this will be a card you're happy to have 1 or even 2 copies of in your aggressive outlaw decks.
I think so.
Like if you're specifically black red, I think this will be a pretty desirable card. I'm gonna take it as a C minus.
In black red, I'm gonna really want it in black red. I think.
Yeah, this is good. It's pretty good.
And this is the Prickly Pear we've been talking about for so long.
Prickly Pear, 2R, 3 mana total for a creature, planet mercenary. It's a 2/2. When Prickly Pear enters the battlefield, create a mercenary token. I think this is the best common in the set. I do. This is a B for me. You have a body. You're creating a relevant token, very strong token in my opinion.
Yeah.
2 mercenaries, 2 things to sacrifice, right? Just really good all around. This is a B for me, straight up.
Very good. B, easy. This could be the best common. Could be the best common.
I think it is.
In the game.
I think it is.
Yeah, probably.
In the game. In the game. In the game.
In the game.
Full. It's better than Muldrifter. That's a good one. That's funny. Quick draw, red. Oh wait, no, you go.
No, I'm just thinking like it's so nice. Like this is, and when it attacks, it's a 3/2, and then other things are also gonna be bigger. Man, I love this card. Quick draw is a card that I don't love for red. It's instant. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains first strike until end of turn. Creatures target opponent controls lose first strike and double strike until end of turn. Okay, +1/+1 first strike is real bad. This does trigger crime. I don't care. I think this is a horrible trick. +1/+1 really bad. Triggering crime like this, I don't want that. I wanna C. Oh, sorry, D minus. Not unplayable, but
D
not
minus.
anything you want.
D minus for me as well.
Very,
Quick
very weak.
Quilled Charger. 3 red. 4 mana total for a Porcupine Mount. It's a 4/3. Whenever this attacks while saddled, it gets +1/+2 and gains menace until end of turn. Saddle 2. It's a 4-drop, 4/3. That if you saddle it, it attacks as a 5/5. Attacks as a 5/5. Is this synergistic with other things that red wants to be doing? No. Does it attack kind of hard? Yeah. Does it have text? Yeah. Do I think I want to be picking this very highly and filling up my archetypal red slots with this card? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I think you want to. There's enough high quality synergistic cards where I actually think that Quilled Charger will underperform based on what the card actually reads. If you put this card in your deck, thumbs up. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll play fine. Do I think I'll be drafting it very highly? No, I think I'll be drafting it pretty lowly. So I'm going to give this a D+.
Yeah, D+, C minus, somewhere around that. I'm gonna start as a D+ as well. Just a nice attacker as a 4-drop, but pretty medium blocker. Very not a good blocker. There's also that 3/1 in black that draws you a card that everybody's gonna be wanting. 3/3 in green that can attack as a 2-drop. A 3/1 first striker in white. These are all commons and very desirable commons, I think. So 3 toughness is a problem, I think, on the defense for a 4-drop. Reckless Lecky for a red. You get a 1/2 first strike haste, but you can also sacrifice it for 2 and a red, and you draw a card and create a treasure token. Okay. It's also a pirate. That's okay. But you don't have that many +1/+1 counters or equipment, right? So I don't like this card. Do you like this card, Scotty?
I kind of like it. Mercenaries is pretty good at first strike. This is also just a outlaw that is reasonable that you curve out with. So if there's an aggressive mercenary deck, I think that this is the 1-drop slot is desirable.
Maybe in black-red. I'm just on a D+ for this one. I don't think it's that good of a 1-drop.
I'll be slightly more optimistic at a C-. Rodeo Pyromancers, 3 red, 4 mana for a creature human mercenary. It's a 3/4. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, add red. This looks very explosive. I believe that this requires work to be good. I understand that you can have a pretty explosive turn the turn after you play this, but if I have one explosive turn, I don't think that's worth a 4 mana 3/4. I don't think so. I think you want to explode often. I think you want to explode often and consistently. And this can enable you to churn through your deck.
That's what she
right?
said.
If you have things like highway robbery, right, to keep your fuel going, that can be very nice. Like blue card draw, very nice. But I think it's kind of niche. And for a common, I don't think you actually need to pick this that highly. So I'm also going to put this at a D+.
You know, this is really good with a Porcupine or whatever it is, the 3-drop, and with the 2 mana kind of tormenting voice. It's really good with that.
Yep.
Both
Very
of
good.
those. Those are commons. I kind of like this. I'm on a C. I'm actually on a C. I think it's going to be very good.
You like it that much to offset the stats?
Yeah. It's going to be very good in
Okay.
red. 4 toughness is okay as well. Against 2-drops and 3-drops in this set. 3 toughness would be a problem. This as a 4/3, as a 3/4, yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
Thunder Salvo for 1 and a red. It's an instant. It deals X damage to a target creature, where X is 2 plus the number of other spells you've cast this turn. So on its own, 2 mana, commit a crime, 2 damage. Not very good. When you start casting things, get better. Nothing too special. Just okay. C, just a C. It's fine. With plot and everything, it does get better a bit.
Number of spells you cast this turn, it's fine. I'm pretty low on cards that have pretty high fail cases of killing what you want them to kill.
Yeah, it is good.
But You have to jump through some hoops to kill what you want to kill, and that's not a feeling I like. It's not a feeling that I like to answer a threat that I have to jump through some hoops. So I'll also go C.
Trick shot. Oh, you can go.
Oh yeah, trick shot. 4 red for an instant. Trick shot deals 6 damage to target creature and 2 damage to up to 1 other target creature token. This is 5 mana. Mostly likely kill a creature and maybe kill a mercenary token. That's fine. It's okay. Emergency removal. It's like C- for me. At instant speed, yeah.
That's okay with blue. That reduces the cost.
Yeah.
What do you give it?
I give it a C-.
C or C
Quintessential
minus
emergency
for me, I'm
removal.
not sure. C minus, it's okay. It's okay-ish. Yeah, kills most things.
I mean, like we already know that Wizards follows a strict design philosophy for their sets in terms of the commons. There's going to be 1 expensive emergency common, and there's going to be 1 efficient common. We've seen what the efficient common is, explosive derailment, and we've seen trick shot, and they vary in terms of how good they are, but they're like designed to be fallbacks because you can't actually, like design wise for drafting, you can't actually have 2 strong commons because that kind of throws off your priorities in terms of, oh, you're just going to be first picking removal spells all the time. And they actually don't want that play pattern in draft. So Wizards intentionally designed these cards to be weaker.
That's interesting. You know that. Alright, those are commons in red. Feels fine. Feels fine. Not crazy, but feels fine. A bit synergistic. That's pretty cool. Like they do work well with each other, work well with some cards in other colors, some uncommons. I'm into this. What do you think about red commons?
Red commons are pretty dang good. There's a lot of high power there. I think the black-red commons look a little bit stronger overall. Is that true? Not sure.
Maybe, but, yeah. Could be. The white uncommons are great though.
Good. Yeah, they're quite good.
Next
up. The black commons are on another level in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. The black commons are so nice. We're onto the red uncommons. The Brimstone Roundup. For 1 and a red, it's an enchantment. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 mercenary token. And you can play it for 2 and a red. This is more comparable to the roots from MKM. Really does nothing on its own. It is not that easy to make a lot of... It's not commit a crime, right? Commit a crime is much easier to get the tokens in. I don't like this card. I really don't like this card. I think it's a D. Even if you have a really good deck for it. Very slow.
Are you ever putting a ceiling grade on this?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'm slightly more optimistic at a D+. I do think that this is one of the weaker ways to get mercenaries. I do like mercenaries a lot. I do think this is quite slow. And simultaneously, I do believe that you can build a deck where this is pretty desirable. I do think there is a right deck for this.
I don't think there's really. Hopefully, maybe. Cool card, I guess.
But it's good because I think you can wield these. I think on Arena it's tough.
First
so
week,
these cards kind of get snapped up.
First week it's hard to wield those kind of things.
Eventually, I think you can wield it. Caught in the Crossfire, RR, for an instant with Spree, +1. Caught in the Crossfire deals 2 damage to each outlaw creature, +1. Caught in the Crossfire deals 2 damage to each non-outlaw creature. Instant speed, 2 damage to everything. And sometimes flexible. I like that effect. I understand it's difficult to cast at RR, but it's a sweeper that you can sometimes shape in your favor. And I think that flexibility is everything for this. And I would main deck this, I think, every time. I like it. I think I'm going to give this a C+.
C+.
Obviously, I think that you playing it in an outlaw deck is probably the most common use case scenario, right? Because then if your opponent has like mounts and stuff, you can just sweep all the way of those mounts. And then you can keep your outlaws and stuff, but looks good.
This screams sideboard card to me. Don't want to main deck it. It's like... It's hard to make a good use for it. A little bit harder to cast as well. Historically, these two damage effects have been very medium. They stop killing things very fast. And this one being kinda weird, because you got some non-outlaws, you got some outlaws, it's not like always good for you. Then if opponent is playing also outlaws like you are, let's say you got an outlaw deck, then it's like, oh, I don't know. Man, I don't like this card at all. You can plot some things and then use it, but it's not a board wipe, so you're not sure if it's gonna be good, you're just kind of never sure. We should give it an X in sideboard grade, right? Opponent is playing all the small outlaws or non-outlaws, that's where it gets good, so you can engineer a good situation, but in the main deck, I'm on a D.
I'm main decking this and sideboarding it out.
I think it's very bad in the main deck, it's really bad.
Okay. I think the flexibility is really strong.
Alright, red commons, uncommons for me, very slow start. Cunning Coyote. For 1 and a red, it's a 2/2. It has haste. When it enters the battlefield, another creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains haste until end of turn. It's another. Okay. Plot for 1 and a red. Alright, it's a 2/2 haste. That makes something bigger, that's great. If you have some really nice turn, you can plot it for 2. And then have some pretty big attack, maybe? I mean, it's just good as a base. This is really good. I'm gonna B- for this one. This is really nice.
B- for Coyote. Yes, super strong 2-drop. I kind of feel like you're gonna be... So let's talk about play pattern. I believe that vast majority of the time you're supposed to plot this on 2. You know? Like, I don't think you should see this as you've missed out on 2 points of damage.
Yes.
Because when you unplot this and you drop your 3-drop, you're gaining that much damage on top of it, right?
On the
so
play,
I
it's
feel
gonna
like
be...
most of the time.
On the play, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, so like, you're actually gaining damage by missing out on your first attack. I think more than average, you will. On average, you will gain more damage by missing out on your first attack. So I like plotting this on 2.
Very nice.
Demonic Ruckus, 1 red, 2 mana for an enchantment aura. It's an enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has menace and trample. When Demonic Ruckus is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. Plot red. Plot red. Plot red. Plot red. Plot red. You can just spend your first turn, where you usually are doing nothing, just to put this in the bank. This is extremely threatening. Very, very powerful. I think this card is very good. This is also B- for me. And highly desirable aura. That is a huge threat. Like you turn your stupid bear into a 3/3 menace, trample, fine, whatever. But it's good. It's really, really good, powerful.
Yeah, turn 1, it's really, really good. Yeah. I'm gonna start as a C+, because you're not always gonna have it in turn 1. But it's so huge that you don't have to already have a creature in the play when you plot it. That is so huge. Gonna be on a C+. Doesn't come back into your hand. You draw a card, which is real nice as well. Sometimes the +1/+1 trample is not gonna be that great, but a pretty powerful card. Ferocification for 2 and a red. It's an enchantment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose 1. Target creature you control gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Target creature you control gains menace and haste until end of turn. Okay, so your new things, your bigger things that come into play are going to be having menace and haste. And then later on, your smaller or your trample or whatever things are going to be +2/+0. I mean, this is actually, I think, good for compared to other unplayable 3-drops that we had with this effect. I don't know, +2/+0 vigilance. Because menace haste kind of sells it, right? Even if you don't have a board, you can just swing with your things if you think they're big. The problem is you play it for 3 and opponent plays a 3-drop. They are winning the race. There's a good chance they're winning the race. I think it's a D or D+. Not horrible, but not very desirable. Let's start it off as a D+. I think it's gonna be playable in some decks.
I think it's a D. I think it's D. I kind of feel like red decks have other better tools, including other tools that help you grind and block that you don't really want for Rossification.
It's pretty cool with black lifelinkers, namely like the flying lifelinker.
It's pretty dang good with that. Could be a mistake. Gila Courser. 2R, 3 mana total for a creature lizard mount. It's a 4/2. Whenever Gila Courser attacks while saddled, exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card, saddle 1. It's really interesting that there's 2 cards in the set that cost 3 that have this sort of impulsing effect. It's kind of bizarre that that design is used twice. I understand that this is a mount, the other one's a plot card, but still. It's kind of hard to well, actually, it's not that hard to play a 4-drop and saddle this and still get value off of this, because you get to spend your entire next turn casting that card or playing that land or whatever. So that's nice. I think this card's reasonable. I do expect this trades off more often than not, but if this trades off on its first attack while saddled, I'm happy with that. I think this is totally fine. This is like a C+ for me.
Yeah, that's nice. Plays there as the 4/2, draws a card. This is real nice. I want C+ as well. Fits it mounts, and I don't care about mounts in red, I think, that much. Yeah, that's pretty good. Wait, what? Okay. Hellspur Brute. For 4 and a red, it's a 5/4. It has affinity for Outlaws and Trample. Oh, so for each outlaw it costs less? Wait, you just play a Prickly Pear and this is a 3-drop?
Yep.
Wait a second, that is great.
You can go 1, 2, 3.
You can like double spell also? Like you can play Prickly Pear into Prickly Pear and this? Without even having any 1-drop or 2-drop. Right, you played Prickly Pear into Prickly Pear and this. Double spell, boom. I'm on a B for this one. I'm just on a B. Because sometimes this is gonna be way too much for your opponent. Way too much.
Yeah, this is incredibly high upside.
Yeah.
I think this will be what you want in your aggressive outlaw deck, and I do think the outlaws have the capability of being a very good aggressive deck. B- for me.
Okay.
A Longhorn Sharpshooter, 2R for 3 mana for a creature Minotaur Rogue. It's a 3/3 with reach. When Longhorn Sharpshooter becomes plotted, it deals 2 damage to any target. Plot 3R. So this is our first instance of having an effect when you plot it. So if you cast this at 3 mana, it's just a 3/3 with reach. Highly mediocre. Pretty
It's
bad
fine.
card. So most of the time, 3/3 with reach?
Yeah,
For
3 mana to is fine.
Pretty mediocre. It's like pretty mid, I think, in 2024. But you're most often going to be plotting this and getting yourself a nice, juicy 2-for-1, because there's like that early in the game. There's definitely going to be something you can pick off with this. This can even go face. When you plot it. I believe abilities also count for crimes. Yeah, for sure. Abilities count for crimes, but not. It's yeah. This card's really good. This is like this is like, I'm gonna give this a B.
Yeah, I want to B as well. Like you also don't have to wait it to enter the battlefield. You kill something and then next turn it enters the battlefield. I like this a lot. It's amazing. Could be even a B+, but B for now. Magebane Lizard. For 1 and a red, it's a 1/4. And whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, this thing deals damage to that player equal to the number of non-creature spells they've cast this turn. It's just garbage. It's like, it's a 1/4. That's kind of it. This is it's just a 1/4, I think. So if you don't have any other 2-drops, I don't know, man. This feels like an F. But let's give it a D-, I guess.
I think it's an F. Yeah, it's an F.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't want to talk about it.
It's bad.
Resilient.
It's just a 1/4.
Resilient
Yeah, give it an F. Every other common is better, so why would you play this? Like, you're not gonna be having that big of a problems with 2-drops, I think. So yeah, just don't play this. F.
Resilient Roadrunner, 1R, 2 mana for a creature bird. It's a 2/2 with haste protection from coyotes. 3. Resilient Roadrunner can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste. So that's fine. It's a 2/2 with haste that can basically in the late game become unblockable. That's a pretty reasonable 2-drop. It's a pretty reasonable 2-drop. Let me think about this.
Protection from coyotes.
Yeah, protection from coyotes. It's not bad. I think this is like a C. This is a C. It's a fine 2-drop. You can't sleep on that evasion ability either. It's pretty good in the late game.
So what do you get?
A C.
A C,
Pretty close
same.
to a C plus.
Yeah, C. C is nice. This is a nice card.
C.
There's only one coyote
for C.
in the set, right?
Yeah, or Lazov. Lazov is also Coyote. Can be.
Okay. Return the favor. Double red, spree instant. For +1, copy target instant spell, sorcery spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. +1 more, change the target of target spell or ability with a single target. Okay, so 3 mana you can copy any instant sorcery or ability. Even your opponents, and you choose new targets. For 3 also you can change the target of removal for opponent. For 4 mana, you can... For 4 mana, if they play removal for 4 mana or something with a single target, right? You copy it, kill something they have, and then you don't lose something but kill something else. So it's like, it can be a 3-for-1. It can be a 3-for-1, that's crazy good. You can also plot some of your own spells and then copy them. That makes it a bit better.
Your spells? What spell can you plot? I guess
the
yeah,
blue
some
draw
some
cards.
Yeah. Like that's a couple.
The sacrifice
yeah, right,
thing, where you don't have.
It's like those two. That's it. It's like that's it.
I mean, the sacrifice thing is additional cost to cast this spell is to sacrifice, right?
I believe so. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Which is not great. Like then 3 mana divination is what you're getting, but just in case. So this can be game winning, but it's very conditional. So because if you're keeping up this, if you're not keeping up the mana, opponent just uses their things, and you just keep this, have this in your hand doing nothing forever. If you keep up the mana, opponent just plays creatures, for example, and that's a problem. So I mean, you can also do it with leech, for example. Opponent plays a leech, you pay 4, you give 2 things that they have -2/-2. You like kill the leech and kill something else. So this triggered ability and activated ability is a big deal for both parts. It's actually more playable, I think, than the other similar cards. So I'm gonna give it a D+, even though it might be much worse, but I think it's more playable. And basically everything is instant or sorcery with in the what's the name of the list?
What's the name of the list? Like breaking news?
Yeah, breaking news. Basically everything there is an instant and sorcery, right?
A lot of them gotta be, right? I would need to take a look.
All are crimes, but most of them.
Yeah, but a lot of them are instant.
A lot of them are instant sorceries. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
So what do you think?
I'm a little bit lower on this, just for the like, not even like, I understand that there's situations where it's be good, but just the conditionality of being able to line that up and being able to have the time to do so. It's a D for me. But I understand it has a high upside when you cast it.
Yeah. The ability part
I
makes it not
away.
unplayable, I think.
Oops, I did a stupid and navigated away. Can you read the next one?
Scale Storm Summoner. For 2 and a red, it's a 3/3 Warlock. Whenever this guy attacks, create a 3/1 red dinosaur token if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. Alright, that's kind of good. That is really good. The baseline is a 3/3 for 3, which is fine. If this attacks like a few times or once, like you're doing it, this is incredible. And it's a mercenary as well. Holy moly. If it trades off, it's amazing. This is insane. I'm on a B just because it does need to. You do need to have the 4, and you need to have a good attack with a 3/3. Might not have both of those, but this is crazy. B.
Yeah, this is sick. I mean, Thunder Lasso this buddy, right? It's a B for me as well.
That is sick. Oh, Thunder Lasso. What do you give it?
Yeah, it works on itself. I'm also on a B.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Scorching Shot, RR. 2 mana total for a sorcery. Scorching Shot deals 5 damage to target creature. Okay, it's tough to cast. Like tough casting this on curve is not impossible, but difficult. I'm not like blown away by this. I'm mostly happy with this for the efficiency and the double spell potential. I think this is like a C plus. This is like a C plus for me. Sorcery kind of stinks.
Yeah, C plus, very good. Maybe even a B minus, but C plus for now. Take for a ride for 2 and a red. It's a sorcery, but it has flash as long as you've committed a crime this turn. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature, it gains haste until the end of turn. Okay, man. Alright. Why are these not instant speed spells? Because then opponent attacks, you take one of their creatures and you block and you just destroy them. You just have an amazing 2-for-1 or something. Yeah, kind of just destroy them. Wow. Yeah, that is... So if you can commit a crime and get this... Sheesh. There's good second black. There's kind of okay second black. If you take a control of an attacker, it's still attacking. No. It is not attacking. It gets untapped and you can do with it whatever you want. This is good. This is pretty good. Like, if you can commit a crime and use it, it's incredible. Yeah, exactly. Removing an attacker and use it as a blocker. I'm gonna be on a B minus, man. On a B minus? At least.
Okay, I'm a little bit cooler. I understand the implications, and I do think that this is a pretty good set for it. I also think that the dream scenario of taking something and be able to trade off both of them and not just be like a chump or whatever, or like an eat smaller creature, is it's not a given, right? It's not a given that combat will line up like that for you, right? And you can also technically sniff it out as your opponent. I'm on a C plus. I do think it's good.
Alright, we're on to the
on
rares and mythics in red. Okay. Red has good uncommons, but not like a crazy amount, like white. And I think black has better uncommons, right?
I think black and white have better uncommons.
Yeah, black and white just have better uncommons. Okay. That's...
Red still looks pretty good to me.
But red is... that's pretty good, yeah. Okay.
That's good stuff.
Not crazy uncommons, that's fine.
Yeah, Calamity, Galloping Inferno, 4 RR, 6 mana total for a legendary creature, Horse Mounts. It's a 4/6 with haste. Whenever this attacks while saddled, choose a non-legendary creature that's saddled at this turn and create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of it. Sacrifice that token at the beginning of the next end step. Repeat this process once. Saddle 1.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is pretty good, and then repeat this process once. Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, I'm pretty thrilled about playing like any card before this, and then playing this in 6 and saddling it immediately. Whoa, you are hitting hard with this. This card is really good. Defensively, not the best. It's not the worst either, though. It's a 4/6. It's fine. Like if if I'm getting beat down and I play 4/6, it's pretty reasonable to think that it will block a lot of stuff profitably. But then anytime you can actually play this while you're even slightly ahead or even like at parity, super strong, super duper strong. I think this card is great. I'm gonna give this an A minus.
I mean, yeah, this is like a 4/6 haste. Wait, then you're gonna get 2 copies of an non-legendary creature. I mean, it doesn't matter. You would not do it with legendary creatures, anyways. Yeah. This is a lot. I'm gonna be on an A. Like, it does something right away. It does something great right away. Yeah, I'm on an A.
Incredible.
Great Train Heist. For a red, this is a cool one. For a red, it has it's instant. +2 and a red, 4 in total. Untap all creatures you control. If it's your combat phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase. Okay, whatever. But +2 more, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain first strike until end of turn. And then plus red, just one more. Choose target opponent. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to that player this turn, create a tapped treasure token. So the first 2 parts are what is interesting, right? You pay 4, 5, 6 to attack with your things, and they get +1/+0 first strike. after the blocks because it's instant speed. And then you can attack with them again because they're untapped. I mean, that's gonna end a lot of games. You know what's funny? If you use this defensively, like untap all creatures you control, on their turn, they're gonna have an additional combat phase.
That's hilarious.
That is pretty funny, yeah. It is actually funny.
That's your combat phase. It says your combat phase.
So 6 mana, but you need to have a board. What read the card? What up?
It won't give your opponent
If
additional
it's
combat
your
phase. 'Cause it says if
combat
it's your
phase. No, chat ruining the fun with reading the card. I mean, that's very important. Cause now you can untap your creatures on their turn and they're not gonna get a combat phase. That is important. It's good. It's good. Fucking Lola. No. It's good. It's good. It's a good card. What about these treasure things? When you get 7, I guess you can play something from your hand as well. You get some treasures. It's okay. If you have 7, why not? It's important to read the card. Come on. Who said that? It is pretty conditional. I mean, creatures to control get +1/+0 and first strike at the end of turn for 3 mana. That is something you can use as defensively, and it's gonna be great. I think this card is great. I'm gonna give it a B+. I don't think it's a bomb. Just like, you can use it on the opponent's step for 3 mana. That's pretty good. You can maybe go 4 and have a trick and get some treasures. I mean, sometimes it's gonna be shit, but it can win games. It can win games. So I'm gonna B+.
I'm quite a bit lower than B+ on this. Mostly because I'm not enthused. Like, I'm really not enthused by 3 mana for Strike Trick. And then the 6 mana is really like overrunny, right? It's like really overrunny. Which is good. It's good, but it does require you to have the board for it. So it's pretty conditional.
You know,
I think the fact that this is flexible, but it's both modes are fairly conditional, and I'm not super hot on it. I'm gonna giving this a C+.
I mean, you can also do like the mercenary things, like you buff your creatures first and then attack and then use this, and then the mercenaries become 2/1s and they can still attack after the buffs.
That's pretty cute. That's
kind of
cute.
cool.
That's pretty good.
I think this is gonna end a lot of games. Maybe B+ is too much. Let's lower it to a B, but I think it is gonna end a lot of games. And defensively, it's a problem also for the opponent. Like everything getting +1/+0 first strike, it's a bit of a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna be B. Because sometimes
I think it's about as
what?
I think it's about as good defensively as On the Chase was.
What is On the Chase? That's +3/+0 first strike.
Yeah.
There are no targets here though.
Yeah.
But mostly you want to use it for 6 because it's gonna be a lot. Okay. Next up.
Hell to Pay. Hell to Pay is XR for sorcery. Hell to Pay deals X damage to target creature. Create a number of tapped treasure tokens equal to the amount of excess damage dealt this way. Dealt to the creature this way. It's kind of medium. This is inefficient. This is quite inefficient. I understand dumping all your mana and then being able to like utilize your treasures next turn to, I don't know, double spell, cast something bigger. But the problem lays in the initial card itself, right? To kill a 2 toughness creature, you have to pay 3 mana. You're usually always trading mana inefficiently here. So I'm pretty off this. I think it's pretty bad. I think this is like a D.
Wait, how did we get the last time we had? In MKM we had like double X and...
Yeah, double X.
And you
got an investigation.
Clue token, which draws your card.
Yeah, that's incredible. And that was uncommon. I would not bat an eye at this at uncommon.
That's weird. What do you give this?
A D. It's for
yeah, I'm also on a D.
Dog.
Pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Hell's Purpose Boss. For 2 and a red, which is 4. It's a 2/4 rogue that says other outlaws you control have haste, and when this enters the battlefield, you create 2 1/1 mercenary tokens. Fuck yeah. And they have haste, right? So they can buff your things right away. This is great. This is really good. Scotty, compare this to the Boros 2-4 that makes a 1-1 but doubles the abilities.
This card's better. This
It
card's
is
better than that. Yes.
Is it a lot better?
Yes, by virtue of it being monocolored, and the haste part I think you can't sleep on.
That is true.
Yep.
This is great. I'm on a B+.
I'm also on a B+. Very, very strong card. Magda, the Horde Master. 1R, 2 mana for a legendary creature, Dwarf Berserker. It's a 2/2. Whenever you commit a crime, create a tapped treasure token. Only triggers once each turn. Sacrifice 3 treasures. Create a 4/4 red Scorpion Dragon creature token with flying and haste. Activate only as a sorcery. This is real. This is pretty freaking real to get 3 treasures.
Yeah.
The other Magda, the Kaldheim Magda, is kind of a pipe dream because you have to have in your deck, but this just makes tokens. This just makes tokens.
And you can get tokens in other places.
Yeah. And then you could just use that ability to ramp out their big cards if you want to, which is probably what you'll do first. And then
Or get a
eventually
4/4
you'll just make a
flyer.
dragon.
And
Yeah, what the
haste?
heck?
Wait, oh, it has haste? Okay, I didn't see haste.
It has haste, yeah. This just pops immediately off of your treasures. There's other ways to get treasures too.
Yeah.
Good. This is good. And at worst, it's a bear. This is a B+ for me.
Now, what if you pair it with the Hell to Pay? That's kind of good.
Yeah. I'll hell to pay my opponent's Nezumi line breaker so I can get my dragon.
You just Hell to Pay a 1/1, any 1/1.
Yeah.
The one dragon?
My
You can
mercenary
get more
dragon.
dragons. Like, you
Just
pay...
7 mana for 2 dragons.
No, you pay
Pretty good.
6 because you committed a crime.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And I like 2 4/4s. Okay, that's never gonna happen, but that's pretty cool. Maybe once, maybe it happens once, but I don't know. I don't want to play the other card. That's the problem. This is crazy good. What do you give it?
B+.
Ooh, I kind of want to give it an A-. I'm gonna give it an A-, man. It's a 2-drop.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, A-. This is amazing. Slick Shot Show. For 1 and a red, it's a 1/2 flying haste. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this thing gets +2/+0 until end of turn. You can also plot it for 1 and a red. Yeah, I don't know why you're plotting it, but you can. You can plot it. That's kind of cool. I guess if you want to cast a lot of spells on 1 turn or something. Any amount of non-creature spells, that's kind of cool. Yeah, this is a great 2-drop. I'm on a B-.
Yeah, strong 2-drop. Let me think about this for a second. I kind of like plotting, especially if your deck doesn't really care about the chip damage.
So you can
Because
double
you'll
spell?
know. I mean, like, because of haste, you'll know when you're going to boost this power, right? Like, you'll be able to know when you're going to cast that non-creature spell. So I think most of the time you plot it, because, like, do you care about the 1 or 2 damage?
Yeah.
That you're going to be missing out on by not casting it? Like, you might.
Yeah, I do.
But I think a lot of the time you'll know, especially, I mean, you'll have a hand in front of you. You'll have your opening hand, so you'll be able to tell when you want to hold it. So I think the plot's really nice. Really, really nice. Not negligible.
I
Really
think
nice.
the plot is only there for when you want to double spell.
I mean, plot's there for constructed, let's be real. But
Yeah. I think it's only there for
good.
double
B-.
spelling.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be casting like billion spells to kill them or something most
Yeah.
of the time.
Yep. It's good. It's good.
Very good.
B- as well. It's a really solid 2-drop.
Okay.
Really happy about it. 2RR. Sorry, Stingerback Terror. 2RR, 4 mana for creature, Scorpion Dragon. It's a 7/7. Whoa, it's broken. It's Flying Trample. It gets -1/-1 for each card in your hand. Womp.
What?
But plots for 2.
What
2R.
sound did you make?
Womp.
Why?
Womp. Huh?
Why?
Because it's a drawback. That's why I'm womping it.
It's a drawback.
Yeah, it's a drawback. I wanted my 4 mana 7/7 Flample.
You wanted
can't
you
you
wanted
give
your
it?
3 mana 7/7. You
Yeah, I
wanted
want
to
my
just
3
do-
mana 7/7. Yeah, womp.
Yeah, it's horrible. So what do you give it? Like D-, F?
It's freaking awful card. Can't believe it has a drawback. So upset.
Like it's a broken card and you do womp?
Yeah, hold on. So let's see. 3 mana, so it's gonna come down. It's like Neaxithid mana, right? Or Neaxithid sizing, which gets big. I like that card. But this one has flying and trample. Heck yeah, like way better. Really good. Really extremely powerful card. Extremely powerful. This is B plus.
B plus.
Womp. It's a womp of a card. B plus.
I mean, you pay 3 mana for it if you want to plot it. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's freaking disappointing.
It's crazy.
Horrible card.
B plus or an A minus. I mean, it's so big, man. I guess it's big, but I'm okay with a B plus. B plus, like close to A minus. It is. Jesus Christ, it's big. Terror of the Pigs for 3 and double red. Oh wait, what? We have the list now and the special guests, but this is okay. Just reprint. All right, for 3 and a red and a red. It's a 5/4 flying dragon. Spells your opponents cast that target this guy cost an additional 3 life to cast. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Pigs deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. It is great. It's always been great. In this set, man, you can plot. You can plot in this set. You can plot a couple of things, not just one. Ward didn't exist back then, so that's why it doesn't have Ward.
And they can't even errata it because it's fundamentally different from Ward.
Yeah, now it's different. Yeah, it's kind of the same, but it's different. For the most part, it's the same, but yeah. With Ward, you can still cast it and get it countered. Man, it is so much better in this set. Like, I'm gonna be plotting a couple of things just to like play it and then win the game. Right? It's over. It's over. Plotting just one thing the game is over. All right, you plot one thing and the game is over. Most of the time. Yeah, in this set, I'm gonna give this an A. Do I give it an A plus? What do you think? Do we give it an A plus or an A in this set?
I'll give it an A plus.
Yeah, I'm okay with an A plus. If you have this, you just plot a couple of things. A plus. This is so good. And I mean, without anything, it's a 5/4 flyer for 5, and they lose 3 life if they target it. So yeah, kind of good. Okay, we are fucking doing it. This is gonna be the last color that we do today. What do you think, Scotty? About?
Wait. This as in like red or green? Is green the last color? Or are we done?
Red is the last color.